In this video, we are going to learn about the nature of the graphs. As we know that the exponential function is given by y equals to ab to the power x, where a is the initial value, b is the base, x is the exponent corresponding to this base. So in order to see whether the graph corresponding to such type of equations are increasing or decreasing, first method is we can make or assign some values to x, and then we can have corresponding values of y. For example, if I have the equation given as y equals to 2 to the power x, then I can have some values of x corresponding to that. I can have some values of y. Suppose x equals to 0. X equals to 0 means 2 to the power 0. The value of y is 1 in that case. If x equals to 1, x equals to 1, 2 to the power 1, so the value of y is 2. Value of x is 2, 2 to the power 4, so value of y is 4. So we can say as x is increasing, y is increasing also. Any such functions where x and y both are increasing at the same time, such functions are considered as increasing function, and the graph corresponding to them is an increasing graph also. A random graph or the rough sketch of the graph corresponding to y equals to 2 to the power x is given by this red graph, which is y equals to 2 to the power x. 2 to the power x. Similarly, if I want to draw a graph of say y equals to 2 to the power minus x, then the values of y corresponding to different values of x. So when x is 0, value of y is 2 to the power minus 0 is 1 again. This is y for the second graph. When x is 2, x is 1, so 2 to the power minus 1, so 1 over 2, which is equal to 0.5. Similarly, when x is 2, 2 to the power minus 2, so 1 over 4, which is equal to 0.25. So we can see as x is increasing, values of y are decreasing. So if the nature of the values for x and y are opposite, then the graph is a decreasing graph, and the function is a decreasing graph, and the graph corresponding to it is a decreasing graph also. Rough sketch of y equals to 2 to the power minus x is given by this blue graph, and we can see that they both are symmetric with respect to x-axis. Now there are some criteria which helps us to decide. Looking at the equation itself, we can make out whether the graph is increasing and decreasing. Let's look at those points. Now the different natures of a, as we know that the standard equation of the graph or the exponential function is y equals to a b to the power x. Depending on a and x, they both can be positive, both can be negative, one positive, one negative, and one negative, one positive. These are the only possible values of a and x. Whenever these are the combinations for a and x, depending on the value of b, we can define the nature of the graph, and we will write similar example corresponding to it. Y equals to a and x both are positive. Now I'm going to give different combinations of b. When b is greater than 1, so the example can be a is 1, 2 to the power x. A and x, they both are positive. I can also write this graph as 2 to the power x. So graph corresponding to this is an increasing graph. When both are positive, b less than 1. Y equals to 1 times 1 over 2 to the power x. 1 over 2 is less than 1. So this is also equal to 1 over 2 to the power x. Value of b is less than 1, a and x both being positive. This is a decreasing graph. Similarly, both negative greater than 1, both negative smaller than 1. So as the nature of a and x are positive, so we should look at nature of a and x. If they both are positive, both are negative, Nature of the graph depends on b. If b is greater than 1, increasing function, less than 1, decreasing function. So the examples corresponding to it is y equals to both a and x negative, b is greater than 1. Y equals to minus 1, 1 over 2, a and x negative. Now, a and x are positive. A is positive, opposite. A is positive, x is negative. Let us assume greater than 1. When the nature of a and x are opposite, the nature of b is opposite also, depending on the graph. If b is greater than 1, this becomes a decreasing graph. If b is less than 1, it becomes an increasing graph. So example for that is a is positive, x is negative, and greater than 1. So this is an example for that. Y is equal to a is positive, b is less than 1, x is negative. So this graph is increasing graph. Similarly, last case, a is negative, x is positive. So again, opposite nature, greater than 1 is decreasing, less than 1 is increasing. And we want to write the graph. A is negative, b is greater than 1 to the power positive, y equals to negative 1 over 2 because less than 1, and x is positive. So these are some examples of the graphs which are increasing and decreasing depending on the nature of a and x, and it's easy, much easier if we have this key in our mind so that we can decide the graph whether it's increasing or decreasing. By looking at the equation only, we can make out whether the graph is increasing or decreasing.